Hello everybody, it's TZ Blank here with another video. Today I'm going over a map farming strategy I've been doing for the past few days. I'm running 8 mod tier 16s to farm for corrupted T16s as well as T17s. The little experiment I'm running here is I wanted to test what is the difference between running 3 Cartographer Scarab versus 3 Multitude Scarabs. Here's the Atlas that I was running with. As you can see here, I took pretty much every single map nodes possible, and because we want more and more T17 drops, and we do not take this because we're running corrupted maps, so we can't put any more chisels on it. Then we take all of the increased effect, as well as all the quant wheel in the middle, and then we take all of the shrine, because we're running risk scarabs and all of the increased effect. These maps are actually really rippy. So you definitely do need a stronger build to do this. But if you have a blaster and you can able to kill the monster before they touch you, that's also completely valid. Right, we're just running the shrine, so we have a little bit more player power, so that I can die less in these maps. As you can see, we also take blue altar. We're mainly here for the quant, as well as sometimes if we get the map dupe, that will increase our profit per map by a lot. Right, you can potentially get a T17 drop, and then we'll dupe that, so that you make almost 2 div in 1 map. As you can see, the last few points we used it on ritual. We're not actually doing the ritual. We're actually just having the ritual in the map so that we have increased monsters to kill, and they potentially could drop us more maps. And one points that I use for myself is I use labyrinth here. I quite like labyrinth since all of the keys are worth a decent chunk of money, and since you can see if the labyrinth actually gets upgraded or not. We only do the upgraded ones. If it's not upgraded, we completely pass by. So here's the Atlas. I will leave a link in the description in the Google Doc, so if you want to copy this. Alright, here is how I actually ran these maps and what I use for Temple Scarabs. As I said before, we're running the Atlas. We're running domination, so we're adding more shrines onto the map so we get more power. And because the fact that we basically took every single shrine nodes, might as well have more shrine on the map. And then we took blue altar, and here's the scarab. We use cartographer of escalation, and since we're running 8 mods, that's innately 80% increase maps found in our maps. And then we run corruption. This so that all the maps we drop are corrupted. That way we can infinite sustain the maps we run ourselves, as well as selling the extra maps, since we're going to get a lot more extra maps, and we're going to sell them on TFT for extra profit. And then here is the experiment, basically. In this here, you can see we're using Cartographer of Risk. We're using 3 of them. And then in the other sample, I just replaced them with 3 Multitude. That's pretty much it. And make sure that you're running AMOD corrupted. And when you're running risk, this is 3 additional modifiers which increase our map drop even more using escalation. This is how I run the maps. Here's the loot from 20 map samples from each of the tests. So 20 maps for multitudes. You can see we got a lot of T16s, and in terms of T17s, we only got 6. Oh, yeah. Only got 6. But when it comes to running risk, we got a lot more T17s. I believe this is due to the fact that we have so much more quant and rarity in the maps, because you're adding additional modifiers, and those get bumped up by the increased effect on the top of the tree. And do note that on the last few set of my maps, as you can see, I got multiple in a row. This is where I get the map dupe, and they do duplicate the T17s, so I was getting a lot more T17s that way. But even deleting some of them in the back, still overall, I got way more T17s with risk compared to the multitude. However, if I want to compare T16s, I got way more T16s in the multitude test than the risk test. And now I'm going to bring up the Exile to give you a overview of all of the profits and breakdown. Here's the Wealthy Exile breakdown. I'll refresh. Okay, in terms of multitude, I did get Reflecting Mist on the multitude run, so I'm not going to count that because that's quite rare. Okay, we're going to exclude that from the profit. Everything else, as you can see here, we got 6 T17s and 94 T16s. And 1 divine, some doubling. This is just from the altar. And the rest is all normal. I excluded anything under 10C. Since Wealthy Exile doesn't know how to calculate 8 mod corrupted, and it's counting them at 2C per map, but on TFT they're often going for 8C for corrupted 8 mods, as well as 10C for regex. I'm just gonna be conservative and count them at 8C each. So the actual profit should have been, for these map at least, should have been 1.5 div times it by 4 minus the, so we don't double count this. Minus 1.5. So we need to increase our total profit by another 4.5 div. And that will be our actual profit margin, which is going to be 14 div. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the risk. As you can see here, here is the risk tab. I excluded the invitation because I didn't count the invitation on the other one, so I'm not counting the invitation on this tab as well. Right, as you can see. In terms of risk, for my results, I got way more T17 maps. As you can see, total together, this is around 20 17 maps, T17 maps, and a lot less T16 corrupted A mods. Right, I only got 64 here, while the other one we got 90. And we're gonna do the same for our profit on the A mods. We're gonna do 128 times 4 minus 128 and divide that by current div to chaos. Give us 2.7. So we needed to increase this by another 2.7, which put us at 20.7 on the risk tab. And I definitely think I got way luckier on the risk 20 run as well, since there are maps where I literally dropped like 3 T17s, and I believe there were also maps that I got map dupes on, and that they get T17. So even if I exclude that, or for example, if I delete like four maps from my calculation, we're looking at 16. So that's only reducing this by 2. So we're looking at like 18 div. Oh, yeah, we're still looking like 18 div. Right. For the whole entire tab. Okay. And here I'm gonna bring up my actual spreadsheet for the profit breakdown of everything. Here is the actual breakdown. As you can see here, we run City Square, we run Corruption, Domination, Craft, Escalation, and 3 Multitudes. The Wealthy Exile, we did the math, it was 14 div. And these maps were quite quick, since we're literally just clicking altars and killing maps. And when the map drops, we click on the map. So these maps were really fast to finish. On the average, I was finishing them within 3 minutes, sometimes even less. But depending on the mods that I get, especially for the risk and the increased effect, sometimes I might die once or twice there, and that would increase my my clear time to about like 3.5. But I'm just gonna take a medium of 3. That means we will finish the whole 20 run within 1 hour. That makes our calculation a lot easier. As you can see, here are the cost of everything, and this is the amount TIF invested. Return this much, 14, and gives us a profit TIF per hour of about 8 TIF per hour. This is quite bad for a strategy like mid league, right? The profit is actually not that great. But if we look at risk, right, the only thing that changed is this right here. Since risk cost basically half the price as multitudes, and in our profit we made about 20 div, this make our profit margin higher, up to 16 div per hour. And if we take the conservative, like, because I got lucky, I got so many T17 drop, if I drop it to 18 div profit, we're still looking at 13. If I do 17 even, just deleting like 1/3 of my maps, of my T17 maps, we're still looking like 13 div an hour. So that is still a lot better than the multitude runs. Perhaps with a different Atlast Tree, you can make more profit using the multitude, but as this 20 small sample size that I ran, for me at least, risk definitely wins between the two scarabs, and I will keep doing risk scarab for my T17, like for my map farms, and we'll see if I find, like, you know, after another 20, 30, 40 maps, risk is not dropping in T17s, then I might go back to try multitude again. Do note to yourself that because of the increased modifier, random modifiers for the maps are really rippy. Sometimes, you know, if you get like reduced block, if you're using Fallen, increased damage, extra crit multi if you're not immune to crit, these can really mess up your clear times. So, but on average, if you have a tanky build, since it's so late into the league, I believe you can definitely even have faster clear speed than mine. Since I'm taking my longer time of 3 minutes, you could probably do these maps in 2 if you're playing like a bow character or something that's running Mage Blood with a faster movement. You can definitely clear these maps within even minute and a half. It's probably possible because we're doing good layout maps, and you kind of just, you know, run straight. So I really enjoyed this farm. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments about the farm, please leave a comment so like I can improve on this farm. If you feel like my Atlast Tree is completely wrong, and what are some other map farm that you guys have done with your Atlast Tree that was dropping a lot more T17 using like multitudes or something, please let me know and link them on the description so I can try them out and see how it feels. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. TZ Blank out.